What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another Figuarts review, and today we're taking a look at the SH Figuarts Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yes, the last of our Ghostbuster reviews for now. And yeah, I wanted to showcase this guy, and I'm gonna come right out and say it. He's a little disappointing. Like, he's good, he's really good, but he's a little disappointing. He is on the side of the more expensive SH Figuart, and I wasn't expecting him to be this. Now, on camera, maybe it's a little deceiving because, you know, he's a big, fat, plump guy, and he's got a decent weight to him. But I kind of thought he was going to be SH Figuarts Brawly size, which weighs roughly the same. And he's a short little guy. Yeah, if you're familiar with the line, he's pretty small. In fact, in terms of overall height, he's pretty much coming in at just your standard Figuart size. A little bit bigger, but, you know, he's a small little guy. This means, well, he'll probably look great with Legos, but here's the cheap Five Below set of Ghostbusters. And as we took a look at last week, here's the Diamond Select. So you can kind of see where he scales. It's not big. He does come with some accessories. He's got his two open hands here, and then he's got two kind of fist hands. I don't really have use for fist hands with the Marshmallow Man. He's not throwing any punches. I just remember him kind of lumbering through the city like that. And the box shows some poses that look pretty great, like him standing on one leg like he's walking, but you can't do it because he weighs so much, so you would really need some kind of stand to really like hold something to make him really look like he was walking. So when I got this guy out of the box, and right now you're going to see the problem, his head pops off super easy. Yeah, and that facilitates the face changes. There is a peg here which moves around, and it doesn't really need to, but we'll get to that in a second. And when you have this on, he does have a ball joint in there, and if he doesn't have the cutest face when he's looking up, it's just, I don't know, it looks adorable with the smiley face on there. The hat comes off, it doesn't really look great, but it lets you have a little bit of access to pull his face off there. If you take this off, we can do this, and we can actually see the innards of the Marshmallow Man. Ready? There we go. So this is where all our like joints are held here. You have the ball joints for the legs here. You have the like rocker for the head here, and this is just like a solid cast piece with some ball joints positioned, if we can get it, in the arms there, or at least the sockets, and you can see they're just a double bar joint here to get a pretty impressive range of movement out of that joint so that everything can kind of swivel the way you want it to. And the Marshmallow Man is actually not lacking articulation, but because of his rolls, it's a little hard to move things around. So when I got this guy, I thought that his head was not very good. I'm going to be honest, up until starting to film this review, I thought it was not good. Then I noticed that the post here, and it's going to be hard to see because of the white balance, but it actually does have an extension piece here. So when I put the head on here, you can actually get it to pop into place. We'll see if I can get it. There we go. And he's not going anywhere. Like, you can shake him around, and that head's not coming off that joint. The problem is when you have this thing in there, it's really hard to get the head to go down far enough, and mine out of the package wasn't like that. It can be done though, and what you have to do once you have everything in position, you pretty much jam his head down as hard as you can, and it's probably going to stay. So just be aware that if you pick this guy up, that the head will stay in, but it's probably not going to be in out of the box. Coming to his articulation, obviously nothing going on here. You saw that double joint here. He does get a full 360. You do get, let's see, from the side, goes up like that on the shoulder. That's about as high as it's going to go, and then about as low as it's going to go. You do have another ball joint in the forearm piece. So, I mean, overall, it gets pretty close to his body. And then, whoops. Too close. Coming down to the hand, it's also on a ball joint, and there's actually a little piece here that kind of floats around there. So as you move his hand around, an extra roll kind of fills in the socket. Pretty thoughtful, I gotta say. And these things don't really pop out that easily. It's just the fact that I'm manipulating them behind the camera at a little bit of a distance makes it a little bit harder to work with. Coming down to the legs, you get kind of like this far back, this far forward on it. You get a full 360 on the leg. You get virtually no side to side, so no splits for the Marshmallow Man. Coming down to knee, there is a knee. I mean, it's definitely a knee. And with how it works, I mean, you can kind of angle it around how you want. It's about as wide as it's going to go. And then the foot has a little bit of a ball joint here and a swivel, but really most of your movement there is coming from the knee. So that's pretty much all there is to the Marshmallow Man, except the faces, which I think is the best part of the Marshmallow Man. So we got his first, you know, kind of happy-go-lucky face. And then we got the like angry, I'm causing trouble face, which one of the most iconic scenes to me of the Marshmallow Man is when he was kind of like standing there like that, looking up at the camera. I love the face he's making there. We, of course, have the, once we've climbed the building and we see that the Ghostbusters are firing at the gate scene. Shocked. And then the final face we have, poor Marshmallow Man. The I'm roasting in pain face. That face makes me sad, because who doesn't like the Marshmallow Man? So yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to say about the SH Figuarts Marshmallow Man. I'll say, for his price, he's a little bit much when you compare him to other Figuarts, but he's probably the best Marshmallow Man you're ever going to see. If you're like me and you have the old one, it's probably falling apart, that vinyl, like, dog toy plastic that he was. The Playmobil one, it's a brick. It serves its purpose if you just want Marshmallow Man standing there. With this one you can have a little bit of fun with, but you do end up needing some kind of stand or something to really make it work. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next time.